It is, I don't know, like...
Fucking early.
Yeah, it's early. It's before 8 o'clock. It's very rare for Anne Marie to be spotted out at this hour, unless she's going to bed.
Anybody who crosses me today...
So we are driving back from our first night of the NSF kickoff thing. We even have our little lanyards on still. Okay, we have, I don't know, 9 million hours of things tomorrow from what, 7:50 a.m. to, I don't know, 9 p.m. They called it day 2 as kind of the first official full day of the program. We went to the hotel where they had it, and there was like classes and things like that. This is Anne Maria.
I am so excited.
They put her right by where they put the naughty kid.
They told me.
Oh,
No, it isn't.
okay. Well, let's see if it works. This is our desk. This is Juliana. I have 2 cups of coffee because it seems like a 2-cup of coffee morning.
It was like 21-hour days for the National Science Foundation I-Corps kickoff. There's 5 to 7 hours of lectures every day, and then in between there, you've got to go out and do between 5 and 7 interviews, which our team did more than that. We did 20, number 1 in interviews in the I-Corps winter cohort.
And we had to actually go meet with people and meet with schools. So we went down to a school that's actually in Watts and met with a bunch of people there and talked to them about what are their needs, what do you need, what kind of solutions are you using, because that's kind of the whole point of I-Corps, is to figure out like both your customer, who could be your customer, and what solutions that they need. What are their problems?
What did we learn in the interviews? We learned that, in my opinion, but I think it's one of those things where it seems like at the school and the program we were at yesterday, the teachers had a lot more, even the kids had some input in the buying power. That went contrary to what we'd seen everywhere else. So what we're doing in the true scientific matters, like adding that back into maybe what we're asking, but I understand the concept of outliers, so we're not throwing out all of the thoughts that we had.
The program where the students had input was an after-school program.
Yep.
And they can choose to go there or not. And so the staff there and people who run that maybe have more of an incentive to care what the students think, because if they don't like it, they just don't come. So here we are, barely moving, stuck in LA traffic. We've done 11 interviews in 4 hours.
So it took us an hour and a half to get 10 miles. And I explained to Juliana, this is, when people talk about LA traffic, this is even worse than normal, but she got to fully experience it. I think enough for an entire lifetime.
According to the speedometer, we're not moving. So I'm exhausted, but if I say that, Maria will hit me because we've been charging it at this program. We are getting there at like 7:30, 7:40 every morning, have sessions until 12:30, 2 o'clock, and then we are out interviewing people all over Los Angeles. And that includes driving from LAX to San Gabriel to Lincoln Heights to Long Beach to Santa Monica and now to Huntington Park. And then Maria has to sit up and write it up till really late at night, and she's getting to bed at like 3 a.m. and then we're getting it up at 6. So at least I'm getting, 6 hours sleep a night. She's getting 3 if she's lucky. The smartest, most motivated person on your team, or the one slowest to say, not it, had to stay up till like 3:30 in the morning and prepare the presentation, then get up and give it the next day and get feedback on it. And then you go and you do the same thing over again.
So the next day, there was that, we did a presentation and it got out at like noon. That was like a huge stress just being done with it.
And so then we took Juliana to the beach. She'd never actually been to the Pacific Ocean, because we did take her to Long Beach. That was like the harbor. You couldn't actually see the sand and everything. So we went to Venice Beach, and then we met up with Anne Maria and Dennis, who is our CTO at 7 Generation Games, and Cal, because he'd come along and been crying that he hadn't seen me for days and days. That was kind of the end, but also kind of the beginning, because now we have 80 more interviews to do, and we have 6 more weeks to do it, and we're off to a good start, but it's going to be super exciting and fun and informative, but it's also going to be brutal and kick our ass probably some of the time, but I will be getting more than 3 hours of sleep during the night, so